Hi, everyone.
Hey, everybody, Mr. and let's see, which way am I pointing? Mrs. Traveler. How's everybody doing today?
ElleKosGlam with Mr. Traveler.
All right, everybody. Well, happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve to everybody. Today
Hmm.
we're coming to you. It's such great news. I had to pull over in the car
Yes.
and and show Miss
Somebody's
Traveler
missing right here.
how to use the software so we could get started. All right, so after you, babe.
This is going to be a really interesting video because I am over this particular video and I am coordinating it. So just bear with me. Let's try to do the intro.
Big news coming.
Oh, shoot.
All right, now you just got to
Hold
add me
on.
back in.
Here we go.
There we go.
How did I
Good job,
do? Thank
babe.
you. I'm
Our
blushing.
executive producer today, Mrs. Traveler.
Yes.
All right, everybody. So again, happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve, and ladies and gentlemen, we have great news that is actually getting us one day closer. And I see the comments coming up on the side. Good morning to everybody.
Good
So
morning,
glad to
everybody.
see all of y'all.
Hi, everyone. The reason why we're coming with this particular viewing on the channel is because I've been traveling a lot lately, and me and Mr. Traveler have been traveling a lot. We went back and forth to Miami, back and forth to Detroit, and now we're going to take off again for my birthday trip. So I didn't even have time to get glam. Mr. Traveler is very busy right now working, so I had to stop him in his tracks and give you this awesome news that has been passed on to see through the CDC. If you can, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment below and let us know how you really feel about what we're going to talk about the topic today. You know, we like to have interaction with our subscribers, and we appreciate each and every one of you. If you are ready to sell, as the CDC said we were going to do, give us a call, 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler, this guy, .com, and we appreciate each and every one of you. I see Cruise Talk below supporting me. Thank you, Cruise Talk. I wish we could add him in this call. That'd
All
be
right,
fun.
everybody. So let's get to it. Good morning to each and every one of you. I see all the comments coming on. Love each and every one of you. This is so great news. My heart is like busting out of my chest. I'm so happy. So anyway, USA Today got a kind of an inside peek at some CDC information, and the CDC actually shared some information with them, and it's coming out in other news sources now. And I'm sure there'll be more specifics to follow. But here is the really great news. CDC has outlined a plan, or they have came out with a sort of a statement saying that it looks like we will be able to resume cruising in the U.S. in mid-July. So I think that's really great news. I have some information, some specifics that they have on this here, and I'm sure that we'll get more. Obviously, today probably more is going to come out because everybody's going to be beating down their door to say, "Hey, what does this mean?" But let's go over what they've talked about so far, what we know. But it seems like it's going to be really good news, and it seems like we have some movement finally from the CDC on our return to cruising. Um, so here's what we have. So um, ships can bypass the required simulated test voyages, carrying volunteers, and jump to sailings with paying passengers if 98% of the crew and 95% of the passengers are fully vaccinated. That's the first part right there. So I'll pause right there to say, I think that it would be really difficult for the cruise line to maintain a 95 to 5% ratio on vaccinated versus unvaccinated. So I can pretty safely say that you can look forward to, as we've been saying, that they're just going to require everybody to be vaccinated to start off with. And I'm pretty sure that's the way that the cruise lines are going to go. And instead of trying to juggle this, are you vaccinated, are you not vaccinated ratio with people, I think that it may just be easier for them to do that. I could be wrong, and I actually hope that I am wrong on that. I hope they do find a way to appease both groups of people. There are people that can't have the vaccination, or or don't choose not to have the vaccination. So it's kind of, it would be nice to see options for that group of people as well. Next bullet point, the CDC will review and respond to applications from cruise lines for simulated voyages within 5 days. A review previously expected to take 60. So that's really great news. Next bullet point, CDC will update its testing and quarantine requirement for passengers and crew on sailings with paying passengers to align with the CDC's guidance for fully vaccinated people. So, for example, instead of taking a PCR lab test ahead of boarding, vaccinated passengers can take a rapid antigen test upon boarding. So it seems like they still may, from that statement, even though you have the vaccination, there may be some kind of a testing requirement initially for this return to cruising. Next bullet point, CDC has clarified that cruise ship operators may enter into a multi-port agreement rather than a single port agreement, as long as all port and local authorities sign the agreement. So that means, Carnival could hit Miami, Port Canaveral, Galveston, just for an example, as long as everybody agrees to the same things, which I'm sure that probably will not be an issue. Coming from the government, it'll be kind of a one size fits all thing. And I'm sure and positive that each and every one of those ports are ready to get back to work.
Especially the crew.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, not only the crew, all the people that work for the ports. I mean,
absolutely.
I'm sure they're ready to get back to business. Your transporter people, your luggage folks, your truck drivers. Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah. Next bullet point, the CDC has clarified guidance on quarantine guidelines for passengers who may be exposed to or contract COVID-19. For example, local passengers may be able to drive home, and passengers who have traveled by air to cruise may quarantine in a hotel. So that's excellent news that cruise lines can, if you're close to the port, you can drive home yourself, or if the cruise line will work out some deals with some local hotels to have quarantine space. So that's really, really good news.
Thumbs up if you love this information that's coming hot off the press. Thank you so much for joining us. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you missed the beginning, you might want to go back and rewatch it. I see a lot of people just logging in. Thank you so much for joining us on this breaking news. I'm going to let Mr. Traveler finish, but thumbs up if you love videos like this. And thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, so just to kind of quickly recap, the CDC has some information that initially came out to USA Today overnight, indicating that the CDC is ready to start talks to get back cruising in mid-July. So we went over a few of the bullet points already.
Can you say that one more time, Mr. Traveler?
Cruising in mid-July from U.S. ports.
I just want to hear it again.
Just the first bullet point is probably the most important one. It says that 98% of the crew and 95% of the passengers have to be vaccinated. So again, I'm fairly certain that number is just going to be 100% to mitigate anything happening with the cruise lines. I'll just say everybody's got to be vaccinated. I don't think that that's going to be a long-term solution to us returning to cruising. I think at some point that will open up to everybody, but I fully expect these first sailings, at least through November, which will take us to the end of the CDC's mandate that they have out. I would fully expect for it to go through to at least November and maybe beyond.
And how about Europe?
Well, I think with European people traveling to the U.S., that's That has not been identified yet, but I would assume as long as there's no travel restrictions between those countries, just keep in mind that anybody coming into the U.S. Must have a negative COVID test within 3 days before arriving here at this point in time, vaccinated or not. So keep that part in mind. Other than that, you have to check your local country's travel restrictions that are coming to and from the United States to see if there's any things that may impede you there.
Thank you so
Um,
much for Cassie D. We have a super chat. I don't know how Mr. Traveler pulls it over, but I'm gonna have to learn that.
oh, here we
But
go.
she, one, she says, "Thank you for sharing this beautiful ray of sunshine. I am just so happy, Cassie. I could just cry right now. I'm just trying to hold back tears, but I know when
Yep.
we step on deck, we're gonna probably faint." It's been
Uh,
over a year since we sailed, so this is excellent news. I'm going to let Mr. Traveler go ahead and finish. Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you so much. Yeah, hey, there's no shame in my game. I'm going to tell you right now. I know at some point, either driving up to the ship or getting on the ship,
Mhm.
I know I'm gonna shed a tear.
Comment below and let us know what are you going to do when it's time for you to cruise. Pack your bags, get your sunscreen, your sunglasses, your sun hats, and how would you feel when you first step on deck? Comment below and let us know because it's almost
So
that
in a,
time.
so in addition to the other CDC guidance that's leaking out, they've also came up with a statement that says the CDC looks forward to continue engagement with the industry and urges cruise lines to submit their Phase 2A port agreements as soon as possible to maintain the timeline of passenger voyages by mid-July, and that's directly from the CDC source. So that's really good news. And kind of the last thing I wanted to read, because these politicians just,
Well, tell us how you really feel.
well, because listen to this statement. This came from Pete Buttigieg,
Okay.
I think that's how you say his name, who
Right.
is the
Hi, Pete.
Secretary of Transportation for the White House.
Okay.
Uh, he said the CDC is hopeful for the cruise lines to be in a position to sail by midsummer. And here's the quotation. Well, the bottom line is safety, he said. Airplanes have one safety profile, cruise ships have another, vehicles have another, and each one needs to be treated based on what's safe for that sector. That's a lie.
Hmm.
Airlines are elbow to elbow.
Yes.
Okay. The only interest you have in the airlines not being shut down is that it would cripple the economy by airlines shutting down. And I mean cripple. So airlines have to fly. I mean, that's just the way it goes for everything. You just consider cruising to be a non-essential form of transportation, and that's fine. It is a non-essential form of transportation, but it is a huge economic powerhouse, especially in a lot of the port states and cities around the country, and how many millions of people are dependent upon the cruise industry. And beyond that, just for the people are ready to get back to normal. People are ready to get back to doing some things that are enjoyable. We've been locked up for a year.
Yeah, it's time to let us
um,
loose.
so we're letting people go back to casinos, we're letting people go back to restaurants, we're letting people go back to stadiums, we're doing all these things and making plans for all these things, but yet they have been silent on the cruise line and just totally ignoring them. So
Hmm.
I'm off of that soapbox. We have movement now from the CDC,
Yes.
who has indicated that
Oh. If you still joining us, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know what just happened to Mr. Traveler, but he will be back. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. The first person to log on was Stan. Thank you so much for logging on, Stan. And there's some people who's commenting below and letting us know what they're gonna do once they once they step foot on deck. Uh, Valerie Toussaint said party. Carla said, I'm going to be so happy. I promise I'm going to cry happy tears. Me too, Carla. Lisa Lee said, can't wait to do a group cruise with you guys. I can't wait as well. And Michelle's been packed for 1 year already. Me too. I've been shopping. I have all my clothes ready and I'm so happy. And I'm just waiting on Mr. Traveler to join us again if he can. He should be joining us in a few. But thank you so much for your comments. We really appreciate it. And Denise says she's gonna do the holy dance. Me. That'll be me, Denise. And I'm just waiting to see if everything works out. There he is. Hold on one second. Let me add him. Here we go. All right, he's back. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, Cruise Talk said my first thing is a great burger, guy's burger.
Listen,
And
I
Cruise
talk
Talk
so much.
also said it's time for the vaccine, Mr. Traveler.
Look, I talked so much and it got so hot in here, my phone overheated.
Oh wow.
That's what happened.
Oh, is that what happened? It's okay.
I had to turn my car.
Anything can happen on live YouTube. I won't say TV because some people like me watch YouTube more than TV. Anything can happen. We're live. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad my hubby is back.
I'm right here.
Okay.
All right, everybody. So that's all I had. We're looking forward to this. Is great news. We will keep you updated as we get more information, and I'm sure the CDC will be putting out more guidelines in the day or two to come, with some directives on what that means. But again, the main takeaway is 95% of passengers vaccinated, 98% of the crew vaccinated. Obviously, the cruise lines already have their return to sail plans implemented, ready to go, and all that good stuff. So it's just a matter of getting over this little hurdle and figuring out this piece. But as long as they have those vaccination requirements, they can skip the test sailings, which is huge. That takes off a huge chunk of time off of the return to sail guidelines.
We also have a group cruise coming up for Hawaii. We are set to sail. So if you are cruising with us, make sure you give us a call and make your payments. The last payment for that is the end of June 25th. We're going to wrap it up then, and then it looks like we're going to be selling. We've been getting some calls asking if we are still going to Hawaii. Yes, we are, and we haven't received any cancellations, so our fingers are crossed. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody comment below. We appreciate you. We've been doing a ton of traveling, so we have some more footage coming up. Mr. Traveler phone is overheating, so I'm going to try to wrap it up as fast as I can. Thank you so much for being patient with us today.
Yeah, we're all good, and Norwegian just did a cancellation along with MSC, which pretty much took them through the end of July, including the Pride of America. But I expect that'll probably be the last one, and we'll get back to sailing here. And I'm sure that they probably had an inkling of this information already, and that's why they're kind of positioning things the way they are. That's why you didn't see Carnival go into a foreign port. They stuck with U.S. ports. So
Yes.
looks like that gamble may have paid off for them, and looks like for right now, guys, looks like we're on cruise ships in mid-July.
It looks like it's a go.
Yep.
I'm so
Absolutely.
happy. I'm excited. When you call, I'm very happy, and I just want to transfer that positive energy to everybody. We've been through a lot over a year and a half. It has changed us, but hopefully it made us better. Hopefully we were able to bring a smile on everybody's face who have joined us, who has commented, thumbs up, subscribed. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned for more information that's coming up. We'll be going live soon with more information.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can see all the chats on the side. I want to thank you so much for all the love and everything today, guys. I see all the comments and everything. You all are great. You're awesome. There'd be no us without you. We truly do appreciate each and every one of you.
And hang in there, because down in Florida it's high pollen allergy season, so I'm a little congested. But I feel better. Thank you so much for watching. Is there anything else, Mr. Traveler?
Just life short.
Have fun.
See the world, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.